Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How is everyone doing today? Did anybody see the football game last night? Bills, Ravens? Man, the last 4 minutes. Oh, boy. See, comments don't come in order. So the first one that popped up was from Dean. By the way, hi, Rusty, over on Rumble. First one that popped up was Dean, good morning, hungry now. And I'm like, hungry now? Then I get to John saying good morning, then Rick, good morning. Then I see, this is probably posted first, but it's food morning. Food morning from Sterling. Then he corrected it with good. But see, this is the problem. The comments don't come in order because I'm trying to make sense of it. And I know Patrick's in Naperville. What are you doing in Naperville, Patrick? I'm very familiar with Naperville. Very familiar with Naperville. What are you doing there? What does invasion have to do with Naperville, Rick? Good morning, David. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Royal Palms. Good morning, Tag. Hello, Charles. By the way, if I do have to cancel live streams, no, my mother's in hospice. It's challenging time right now. Things are not better with the family, but we're working through it. Got a lot of stuff to deal with now. Mother's gotten to hospice. So if I have to cancel some live streams, please subscribe. If you just want to know, hey, why isn't it there either on Rumble or on YouTube? Why isn't there's nothing popping up this morning? I will put something in X or / Twitter if I'm canceling streams. Okay, so it's best it's at MG Arnold. The at MG Arnold is the Twitter account. So, good morning, Anissa. If I have to cancel live streams, that's where to go to. That's where to go to. But we'll see. We will see. It's one day at a time right now. So, just like the markets, one day at a time. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. What else? Oh, thank you. It's not my health. It's it's at the end now. No problem, Ted. Thank you. Stopped overnight to get some Italian sausage at Caputo's. Oh, so you're heading back and you stop in Naperville. Okay. Good morning, Kevin. Got pulled away for work for not posting the news. No, it's not a problem now. By the way, if you're coming in late, just to recap, please subscribe to the Twitter X at MG Arnold in case I have to cancel live streams at all over the next couple weeks. My mother's in hospice. So if things have to be canceled or I'm going to be away for a bit, just letting you know. So that's where that sits. Hold on. I have to, and if you hear like beeps or phones going off and I have to mute something, that's what's going on. So other than that, still got markets. Markets will not. They should close the markets for me, but I don't think they're going to. All right. We have consumer inflation expectations out today, but it's a very quiet day. Consumer credit change, very quiet day today. Red Book, non-farm payrolls, annual revision. That's the big thing tomorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern, non-farm payrolls, annual revision. It's already expected to be bad. So will the market rally off of that? Because, hey, maybe we get a 50 basis point cut. I mean, that's going to be the narrative. That's going to be the narrative. So we shall see. Thank you, Royal Palms. So that's the big thing tomorrow. Non-farm pay. It is after the cash open 30 minutes. So we'll have at least had the pre-market live stream tomorrow, hopefully. Wednesday, PPI, core PPI, everything PPI related is on Wednesday, and then we have the EIA numbers. But PPI Wednesday, market's still shrugging off inflation though because the Fed's focused on employment, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Thursday we have the CPI numbers and jobless claims. CPI numbers and jobless claims. So again, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday have big releases. Friday is the preliminary numbers for consumer sentiment. So it sort of dies down a little on Friday, but that's where we sit there. Just let me jump over to earnings real quick. Let me just to keep it in sync. So today, nothing before the open. After the close, we have Casey's, nothing. I mean, tomorrow morning, really nothing. After the close, we do have Oracle tomorrow. All right, which can have a slight impact on things. Wednesday, you got Chewy. Thursday, you got Kroger before the open, which will be in. It's always not necessarily their earnings, but what they're stated on their earnings release and call. Adobe after the close, and then nothing on Friday. So Friday is very quiet this week. All right. Yes, SpaceX, that's why all your telecoms are down. I think the overreaction, I'm going to be watching for some buy setups in some of these telecoms that are down decent today. Not necessarily today for the buy setups, but over the next few days. They're buying $17 billion in EchoStar Spectrum. Good morning. It's not, but I mean, this is just an overreaction on telecoms. Yes, Trump said Waller, Warsh, and Hassett are the finalists for Fed chair nomination. So we'll see how that goes. All right, going in, you can see there's your telecom services all negative. I mean, Verizon is already trading at a really decent PE, but I'm going to be watching for, again, technical setups. T-Mobile down nearly 5.5%, AT&T down 4%, Verizon down 4%, Oracle up going into earnings tomorrow afternoon. All your mega caps are up this morning. So United Healthcare up. Groups, let's just refresh this. Basic materials, consumer, cyclical, energy, technology, financial, all leading. The only things really lagging are healthcare and consumer defensive. Fed Watch still has 88% for a 1 cut, 12% for a 2 cut. A double cut off, 50 basis point. Fear and greed still in neutral mode. Schiller PE almost over 39 again. Oh boy, in the not so cheap market. What else we have? So going into we're still in an uptrend. Got to stay with the trend. Trend is your friend until it ends. It's just got waning momentum on each push higher. Going to the open, we do have. It's nearly off the tape. Did this get low enough to invalidate it? Did this get low enough to invalidate it? Yeah, it did. So we don't even have a double there anymore, at least in the S&P. This little spike down did get low enough. Still, my breakdown level, key support is 64.93 area. If we start breaking down, is there a great thing to trade into? No, we got a lot of stopping points, so it's sort of choppy to the downside, and there's not a lot of stuff out today. So I can't get aggressively short unless we have major momentum, because like if you break down before 64.93, we got 64.83 key area, then we got major support 64.70 and another major support area 64.60. So it's very scalpy on shorts. To the upside, if we can start getting above 65.067, we're running into 65.10, which is a key level. 65.10, we start getting above there. My first target is 65, 65.18, and then my next target is 65.35. Again, if we check this on the daily, if we get above Friday's high, we're still running. See, do I have a thing anchored incorrectly? We still have a key cluster area around Friday's high, 65.42 to 65.45. And then above there, if we do break out this week, 65.63. So, yeah, I don't think they're going 50 basis points personally. That would be not with. We'll have to see. Unless the CPI and PPI like came out below 2, which I don't see happening. So that's where we sit. Still, an upward trend. The only thing they'll put me on warning notice on a pullback is we start breaking below Friday's low, which would take us below the rotation zone, and then we follow through with a close below 64.30. That's the only thing that puts me into neutral mode in the short term. because we don't have another topping pattern. We don't have a significant topping pattern. NASDAQ. The potential little mini double, that one's still technically on. It could start extending a little to the right, but again, it takes us virtually to the same target because my first target area would be between 23,675 and 23,658, roughly. And those are the second and third target for the double. Gotta love how that lines up. So if we did break below this key low from midnight roughly, which is 23,724.50, then we virtually have the same targets, whether it's a breakdown play or a double play. So if the double goes off the table, it's the same thing. Going to the upside, we start breaking above 23,788. My first target is 23,873, 874 area, then Friday's highs. If we were to take out Friday's highs, which was a significant cluster, you see we had a harmonic projection. If I move this, you can see the harmonic projection right there. And it was a prior retracement cluster. And then above that is next key harmonic is 23,998, so 24K again. Yeah, again, people are bearish, but there's nothing to even. I'm not saying I'm overly bearish. I'm watching because we got waning momentum, and anything can come out of the blue and tip this market. But I can't be shorted. You can put hedges in place. Remember, if you don't have hedges in place, VIX is still relatively cheap and probably headed back down at least today. So. And we got buyback still through, what is it, the 14th? We got the Fed meeting coming up. There could be shifts more towards the back half of September. But that's what I'm saying. I can't be overly short. Can't really be that short at all unless we get some momentum. Dow breakdown it's been tested multiple times, 45,470. Start breaking down below, but again, your key stopping point is right around 45,350. So again, shorts are risky because they're very tight on reward to risk. 45,655 on the breakout, then 45,760 are the two targets. Russell. Coming up, the double's still not technically off the table until we pass 2004-16.7. All right, we had a spike up a little here at the harmonic. You see the harmonic level at this 2407.7, a reversal there on Friday. So that's, again, minor resistance, and the next target is 2416.7. Above there, 2430. So, again, VIX, nothing going on here, but you know what? It never hurts to have hedges. DAX, not any great setups. So I'm still watching for rollover plays unless it gets above the rotation zone. Again, we have the 50 hooking over and the 21 heading down, and we have a key resistance zone on everything above. But is there any big shorting opportunity? No. Because for me, if we start breaking below about 23.5, the next target is around 23.3 or 23.2, and then 23,000. If we break that, then we slam into the 200 area. So again, you got a lot of support still coming in. The notes, overbought on the futures, with cycles at the top and the yields at the bottom with cycles here. I will be watching with this oversold for bounce plays, scalpy bounce plays, especially percent B buy setups. So for tomorrow, we do have a probable percent B buy bar. Now, are they long term? No, because again, the rotation zone crap. We broke down below key support. We had the little percent B buy, which turned around was stopped a day later. So the trend is definitely down, but we could be setting up for some bounce patterns there that I'm looking for. Crude, little bounce today. I'm still watching for rollover plays. Again, I will be watching for rollover plays unless we get above 63.95 in the short term. And I can't get aggressively long with anything in the meantime. The only thing that would make me really aggressively long would be if we close above 66.03, which we're a long way from. Until then, I'm watching for rollover plays. Now, if we do set up, if we get rollover plays and then percent B buy bars, I'll look for short-term scalpy longs. Gold, the potential double, never triggered, off the table through the minor harmonic levels. The next key harmonics, 36.75, and then major cluster 37.04 to 37.11. Silver, this is still technically potentially a double top unless it rotates back down again. Rotates back. Let me see here. It's nearly off the table. If it gets above 41.985, it is off the table. 41.985, it's off the table. Otherwise, it's still in place, but I doubt it will trigger. Again, the trend is still up. So, and I'm watching for a breakout above the recent highs. Dollar index, we want to see how we close today. If we close below 97.20, I'd like a retest, and I'll look for short opportunities in the dollar index. And those aren't major shorts. Those are minor short opportunities because we're coming into a lot of support down there. Spiders. Again, slight gap up today, so on any rollover, 647.24 for the gap fill. Major support still coming back at 646. To the upside, 650 is the first target, and then the gap open area from Friday, 651.48, and then 652.91. I'm hoping we get another pausing bar so I can update stuff again. All right, but 652.91. If I need to move this to the next pausing bar in the short term, 652.91 to 653.25 is the key little area to watch for on the next push up. In the major area, I'd rather have this pausing bar, but based off this pullback pausing area, it's 657.03. Qs, slight gap down today from, slight gap up today. I'm still working on very little sleep, guys. I'm sorry. Rollover play 576.06, and that's coming into a very key support level. There's actually a very key support level around 575.20 to 576. So, but on the rally, retest Friday's opening area, 580.49, and then above there, 582.62 is the next harmonic, which roughly lines up with the reversal open from Wednesday, August 13th, which is 582.76. The Mag 7 is really lifting the market. Well, if we look at Mags, the ETF for the Mag 7, it broke out on Friday. It's still in an uptrend. Mags are still, they don't have to really go on a tear because of their market cap. And since the S&P 500 is one we're looking at is market cap weighted, they're still lifting the market. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, I just put, Mags is making all-time highs. So, what else do we have? Bitcoin, trying to get a little rally on against major resistance zones still. Cycles back to the top, nearly overbought again. Again, Bitcoin has to do some heavy lifting before I can be short-term bullish in it because it triggered a major double top pattern. Again, on any rally, I'll be looking in the short term for rollover plays. Ethereum, the double is off the table. It extended too far to the right without triggering. Too far. So that is off the table. Now, if it does break below 4060 roughly 4060, it would also be below the 50 EMA, and we could be in for more breakdown in the crypto market, but it has not done that yet. So what else other than that? NVIDIA really starting to wane. I mean, we can get bounce plays, but first cross the rotation zone. Again, this is daily rotation zone. This is the first cross since it crossed up in May. So definitely a tone of shift, but does not mean I would not be shorting it. And Broadcom seems to be getting all the attention now. So again, based off of that last week with their earnings, I'm still going to be watching for another topping pattern in Broadcom. That's going to be very telling for the market, but nothing yet. There's your Tesla, still getting bid up. No shorts there, just in the short term. So, again, I'm a cautious bull. A cautious bull at this point. Continuing and trailing stops, having hedges in place, but a cautious bull. No short. Nothing short, just weighing momentum on multiple divergences on the daily. So that's where we have it. New Zealand US dollars breaking out of the channel. It's getting close. This is a very key trend line. So personally, even if it taps here and it pulls back and gets support at 0.59 or 0.5920, I'd be then watching. That could be an interesting long. As long as it can hold, any pullback can hold the support. If it doesn't close above the channel yet, it could be an interesting front run long. On a minor pullback for then to take out the trend line and then start running. I will watch how it's been going up. Again, it's not a guarantee trade. There are no guarantees in the markets, but this is something I like to watch for, where we've been making recently stair-stepping up, testing a key trend line. Looks like we're going to get the first cross the rotation zone. We're possibly above the 50. So on any pullback, I'm going to be watching if a support holds and a short-term buy setup comes. That's the kind of pattern I like. That's the kind of patterns I like in this kind of thing. BBAI, another example of vertical up, vertical down. And a double top. There was your vertical up, vertical down, another vertical up, make it double top, coming back down, hitting this first target area a couple times. But, you know, this could still fall further. I wouldn't be aggressively long this one either. All right, thank you, everyone. I got to run into the open. I thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Again, in case there's going to be live streams canceled, please follow me on Twitter/X, just so you know if stuff's going to be canceled. And with that, I shall talk to everyone later. Have a wonderful, wonderful trading day. Bye for now.